Brilliantly styled, smartly finished, and powered by one of the better diesel engines in its class, the Ford Kuga may have been late to the compact 4x4 party, but it's one of the best cars in it. With car-like driving dynamics allied to the all-weather security of four-wheel drive, it's tightly priced and has created quite a buzz. For a company that has counted on sports utility vehicles for such a huge proportion of its global earnings, Ford has had a surprisingly patchy record with the things in the UK, bringing us a succession of unconvincing Maverick badge models. That was then, this is now. Rather than convince the British public that they need a big butch wagon slathered in chrome, Ford has instead unleashed the Kuga, a so-called crossover vehicle that attempts to meld the best bits of 4x4 ownership with none of the antisocially obese excess. With taut, chunky styling and an economical turbo diesel engine, this is one of the few 4x4s that won't have you mumbling an apologetic justification when people ask you what you drive. 4x4s tend to polarise opinion. Either they're so ridiculously macho that you feel you need to take up chewing tobacco and killing your own food in order to drive one, or they look so conspicuously suburban that you end up looking like a harassed schoolmum. Now, neither is a good look, and a significant number of people despise 4x4s. But the Kuga is different. For a start, it's manageably sized, which means that the urban driving experience is a pleasant one. Actually, let me take that a stage further. On the move, this car basically feels like the oversized Focus family hatch. It basically is, which means that no rival can get close to it in terms of road-going dynamics. Now, the range is built around a diesel 2-litre TDCi Duratorque diesel unit with standard particulate filter and 6-speed manual transmission. Plus you get an intelligent Haldex all-wheel drive system. Show the Kuga a straight, well-surfaced road and it serves up a good standard of ride comfort and refinement. The ride is reasonably stiff, and that helps the Kuga resist body roll when you corner it vigorously. It also makes it less liable to get unsettled over mid-corner bumps. The steering is very accurate, makes it easy to position the car. In fact, I can't think of a 4x4 that has better steering. Ford's slogan with this car is "Feel the difference," and you absolutely can. Outside, the detailing is exquisite. Ford hitting just the right balance between sporting aggression and nuggety cuteness. The interior isn't quite as successful as the exterior. For a start, it's surprisingly small, this being one of the increasingly rare models that doesn't pull all kinds of packaging tricks out of its hat. In the back, it can be a little bit tight on long journeys for anything other than kids, and drivers who are long in the body may find headroom an issue when getting in and out. The second row of seating has a 60-40 split and can fold completely flat to maximise luggage space. There's plenty of storage room under seat storage in the second row, and then you've got these handy storage areas just under the boot floor here. With all the seats flat, you've got 1,355 litres of space, or with all the seats in place, 410 litres. Prices lie in the £20,000 to £23,000 bracket, comparable in other words to typical rivals like Land Rover's Freelander 2 and Toyota's RAV4. The 2-litre TDCi engine's a good unit and suits the urban nature of this Kuga well. All models come well equipped. You get this no ignition key. There's a start-stop button rather annoyingly situated in the centre of the fascia here. Otherwise, equipment highlights include 17-inch alloy wheels, air conditioning, electronic stability control, anti-lock brakes with electronic brake force distribution, and an MP3 connector to plug your iPod into. The pricing of the Kuga is interesting, with Ford pitching it directly against bigger, more spacious competitors and playing the style and handling card instead. Certainly this is a car that doesn't play by the established compact 4x4 rules. Overall cost of ownership is a difficult thing to tie down, due really to the vagaries of fashion. Should the Kuga retain its desirability, then residual values will remain strong and ongoing running costs will be reasonable. That doesn't always happen. Fuel economy shouldn't keep prospective owners awake at night. This car should return around 44.1 miles to the gallon on the combined cycle, and CO2 emissions are a similarly benign 169 grams per kilometre. Even around town you should get 34.9 miles to the gallon, while out on the open road the figure's 52.3 mpg. Now those figures are helped, particularly the open road one, by a long sixth gear on the Get-Trag DuraShift gearbox. In giving up trying to sell us a conventional 4x4 and instead concentrating on giving us a niche crossover vehicle, Ford may just have hit on something. The Kuga looks great. It'll hopefully convince a lot of 4x4 drivers to downsize into something more suited to their requirements. And in basing the main range around a 2-litre turbo diesel engine, Ford has made a powerful statement about the environmental credentials of this type of vehicle. Perhaps the Kuga's most impressive achievement is that it's a four-wheel drive car that targets an urban clientele, but which it's almost impossible to take exception to. That'll be more than enough justification for a very respectable swathe of customers.